The following production is brought to you by the Talkin' Buds Leaf Show.
Here we go, Talkin' Buds Leaf Show playoff post-game edition, and all I want to ask you is, Ryan, do you believe? Are you starting to believe? Because I'm starting to believe. There are certain moments in my life as a Leaf fan. There are certain moments throughout history. They've never won a cup, of course, but there are certain moments throughout history that you remember in the playoffs, and tonight will be one of those nights. Tonight was, without question, the gutsiest, ballsiest win in this Brendan Shanahan Core 4 era, bar none. Bar none. I am bursting with, I am so proud to be a Toronto Maple Leaf fan as I sit here and talk to you this evening. Just, if I had told you last week, when they eliminated the Senators and they got paired up with the Florida Panthers, if I said we're going to leave to head to Florida for Friday night's game and they're going to be up 2-0 and they're going to have long stretches in both games where they outplay the Florida Panthers and they're going to develop a game plan to actually use the Florida Panthers' aggressive forecheck against them in order to attack them the other way, you wouldn't have believed me. You would not have believed me.
No, I think that is the most shocking thing about what I've seen through two games is just their ability to break the puck out and create offense. I've never seen them create more offense in two playoff games than the past two I just watched. Like even the Ottawa Senators limited their offense to not a lot throughout the game. I'm just mind boggled how they've found a way to just get it going here. Like just to get their offensive game going. Like it looks like the regular season Leafs just with 10 times the intensity.
Some people have pointed this out on Twitter, and I've noticed it as well. I don't know if it's Berube. I don't know if it's the video coaches. I don't know if it's Mark Savard, whoever. They've developed a game plan to use the Panthers' aggressive forecheck against them. The Panthers get in on the forecheck, and they chip it out, and they attack the other way with speed, and that is what's helping them generate a clean breakout, and B, offense in the Panthers' end. They're also taking advantage of Sergei Bobrovsky has not looked like himself in both of these games, and they're taking advantage. Like, the only part of the game tonight where everyone was kind of frustrated and wanting to pull their hair out was when, in the first period on the power play with power play 1, because it's cute, it's moving it around. It's like, throw the puck on net. This guy he's not playing well. Just fire everything at the net.
Yeah. It's not even, and it's the fact that it's taken 8 years to play 2 games in a playoff series where they actually seem like they can create time and space in a playoff atmosphere. Like not in one series they've ever played. I've seen them play like they have the past 2 nights. Like it's just, you're right. It's like they dump it in and the D are quick to move the puck, and it's about the forwards being in the right position to take a little quick up from the D to be able to move with speed. And whenever there's kind of a scramble in front, they are cheating that guy out of the zone every time. And it's sometimes it doesn't pay off, but for the most part, it's really paid off in this series so far. And you look at Florida, I don't know what the hell the Tampa Bay Lightning were doing, but the thing I noticed the most is Matthew Tkachuk is nowhere. He's invisible out there.
Yes.
Bennett was invisible tonight too. He did nothing.
Matthew, like his brother in the first series, I think is not 100%. And I think he came back and had the burst of adrenaline and looked pretty good in the first game against Tampa in round 1. But you're right, he hasn't been the most dangerous line for the Panthers is that third line.
Yeah,
like you're texting me all night.
Was driving me insane tonight. He was doing his classic, I know what to do to beat this team in a playoff series routine.
They're just like, I cannot say, I'm so proud of them. Like the grit. Berube's motto that he's instilled for the playoffs is no grit, no grind, no greatness. And this team is embodying that. There was a moment in the second period where this game was getting really out of hand and calls weren't going their way and the Panthers were starting to take it to them, where he called a timeout and he just brought them all in, and you could see him on the bench say, "We're fine. Everybody relax, stick to the game plan." And that's exactly what they did. It's just, I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm finding it very difficult to just sit and analyze this game because Rob Furnish, the Leaf podcaster, is not here right now. Rob Furnish, the Maple Leaf diehard, is who you are talking to on this podcast right now. The passion is absolutely pumping through my veins right now.
That's what I said. That's what I said last episode. It's like the playoffs have finally started. It's just like they're finally in a real playoff series where they're participating and everybody's doing their job, and lines 1 through 4 are all contributing, and there's guys up and down the lineup contributing. There's guys hitting dudes. They're not getting bullied out there. They're not getting out physical. They're in there. Like, that was a hell of a hockey game. Like, that was a tight game that they would have blown. They would have found a way to lose. They would have screwed it up somehow. And it was an extremely entertaining game against a very good hockey team that found that they. And how many times have you seen the Leafs score a big goal and the other team respond within a minute?
Yeah.
And then they did it twice tonight. And it's just,
they've done that like 4 or 5 times in both these series where they've just answered back right away.
And that's something you never see from them.
Yeah, another thing too, like I mentioned earlier, when Berube called the timeout, it was starting to get a little goofy there in the second period. The officials lost control of the game in the second period. And the Kyle Dubas version of this team would have absolutely wilted like under that. They would not have been able to handle it. And they just stuck with it. And they weren't phased. They weren't rattled. The only nitpick for me so far in these 2 games is there's been 2 moments. In game 1, it was the start of the third period. And then tonight, same thing, kind of early in the third period, where they kind of gone into lead protecting mode and let the Panthers dictate the pace of play. And both times Florida scored and has started to come on. You cannot do that against this team. You could do that against Ottawa. You could collapse and go into lead protecting mode against Ottawa. You can't do that against this team. You have to get the puck out and get on your horse and go get it. That's their aggression is what has led to their success in these first 2 games.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It's just amazing to watch everybody contribute. Like, I think I'm just like Max Pacioretty.
Yeah.
What is this guy?
So
I was goat.
My plan tonight is I was going to fire out some names at you, and I want you to give your take on them. So you started with it. So let's talk about Max Pacioretty. I think the decision to take Nick Robertson out in the Ottawa series and replace him with Max Pacioretty, I think was criticized by some people at first. After his performance in Game 6 and then his performance in these first 2 games, this guy is he's just his veteran presence. Berube actually said it going into the playoffs about Pacioretty, where he was like, in the playoffs, the game slows down a bit, and that like kind of like his game lends itself to that. And the fact that he just doesn't give a fuck. This guy is not intimidated by anybody in a Florida Panthers uniform, and he's actually kind of assuming a leadership role here. He's also been fantastic with his actual play.
Yeah. I think if he's taking the body like that, which was not a thing you were thinking about going into the season with him, he was not a physical presence. All of a sudden he becomes a physical presence, but you just look at the game sheet in the past couple of games and he's all over it. And if he's doing that, then it's money in the bank. Like, what a pickup. I was just sitting there tonight and I'm getting too far ahead of myself, but we'll mention the names, but I just want to mention, like, I was just thinking about Tree Living, and I was thinking about 2021 Montreal Canadiens, and it was like, can't believe
it's night and day. It's night and day.
I can't believe they went on another 2 to 3 years with that shenanigans.
Yes,
compared to what I'm watching right now.
And just like I said, Craig Berube, like, just it's the difference between him and Sheldon Keefe in these situations is
MVP.
Stark. It is stark.
I'm telling you,
there is quite noticeable.
The most valuable player in the playoffs is Craig Berube. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
All right, another name for you, William Nylander.
What a fucking legend, man.
Yeah, this guy.
The legend grows with this guy. He's what a talent. Like, you know, like that's all I can say. What a talent. What an ability to put the puck in the net when you have your opportunity. Just the guy, he's their biggest star. Like, let's just be honest here. When it comes to when you need a big goal, you need a big play. That's the guy you're looking at right now. It's
without question of the quote unquote core four, the best big game performer is William Nylander. This guy
100%.
elevates his game, and we're always talking about the Oilers and look at McDavid and Draisaitl elevating their game, and their best players go out and get them a goal. That's what William Nylander is for this hockey team. 100%. Yep. He's the guy you look to in a playoff game. That's one of your skilled best players to go out there and score you a goal.
Yep. Yeah, he's just, what else can you say about him? He's just Mr. When you need a goal, there he is.
The NBA 82 game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and it's time for all the high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays.
I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40, or more? It's your call.
Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice.
Scotty Laughton.
Yeah, Scotty Laughton. Guy, how bad was he in the regular season? Like, he was awful. Like, he was so bad. And now he's kind of taken on a bit of an agitator role. And that line is found gold, too.
Yeah.
Like, that line being thrown together last minute, that's a great line. That's a great fourth line for them. They always have a good shift. They're three guys who are mobile, who can skate, who are committed to the cycle game and the forecheck, and they're all pretty responsibly defensively. Like, anytime at the end of a power play, they're the first line out there to try and get that momentum back to have another good shift in the offensive zone. I think that line is so underrated. That was just a line thrown together, and it's been found gold for them.
Scotty Laughton leaves it all out there on every single shift.
Yeah.
That guy's in on the forecheck. He's banging bodies. He's back in his own zone. He's blocking shots. He just, like, he is filling a role for them that we in previous playoff seasons have said they need a guy to do this. And like he's filling that role for them this year. Guy works his absolute tail off.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about Scotty Laughton's performance so far in these playoffs.
Yeah.
How about what's another one here? What'd you think of the top line tonight? Matthews, Marner, and Nyes.
They're okay. They were okay. I think Matthew Nyes is so valuable on that line because he's the guy who can actually get it on the forecheck and get the puck back. And every time he does that, that's when that line does something good. And I will give Matthews credit. Matthews is in there too. He's turning pucks over. He's fighting through battles. But it's pretty clear that line is just not going to produce at a top line level in the playoffs. Yeah. Not to be negative, but I mean, like 5-on-5, they're not going to be a dominant line. I know they're always getting like the tough Barkov matchup, which we always talk about how they got to fight through that stuff. But I think it's pretty clear at this point, if they're going to get the top matchups, it affects them, and they're just not going to be a scoring, like a really elite scoring line for them. It's just not going to happen.
I was ready to come on here tonight and kind of kind of go at Mitch Marner a little bit and say, here we go again. It's a physical series and he's kind of disappearing a little bit. But then he got the goal and I thought that went right to his legs and I thought he was way better and that helped sort of jolt his confidence a little bit. And I hope that can be a springboard for him because I did not like the way they started this game. I thought they looked really sloppy and I thought power play 1 was really, really, it was infuriating me because it was just like, guys, like, what are we doing here? Like, get pucks on net, bang in a rebound, like, stop looking to pretty passing play. And then when they put out PP2 and they scored, it's like that whole thing kind of shifted. And I think the thing you're seeing with this Leaf team this year is guys up and down the lineup are contributing and bringing the juice. Like Max Domi tonight scores a goal on that power play goal. He's in on the forecheck, taking a body. Like, there are guys here who during the regular season, we were kind of like, oh my God, Scotty Laughton kind of stinks. Oh my God, Max Domi kind of stinks. Oh my God, like Max Pacioretty looks really slow. And you get them in these games and these guys are gamers. They're heart and soulers. It's like, you can stink the joint out all season long. If you perform like this in the playoffs, you're a GOAT in my books.
Yeah. I mean, you go up and down the lineup really, and everybody's playing well. Like,
exactly.
There's not one guy you can point at and being like, this guy is awful out there right now. They're all playing pretty well. Like even McMahon, the guy has scored in 18 games, which is shocking to me, but his speed on the forecheck is invaluable. Like he gets in on the forecheck. He turns like 3 pucks over a night just for his speed and his ability, like draws a penalty. His ability to just break away from a defender is just, it's even if it doesn't result in him scoring, it just creates an opportunity in the game where they get an offensive opportunity or he draws a penalty. And like, he just looks great out there. And everybody's just like, the whole lineup looks good. There's not one guy. There's the top guys are a little, like, you always expect more from them. I want more scoring from Matthews and Marner, obviously. But I mean, but for the most part, everybody's kind of doing a job and everyone's playing well.
Yeah. Another guy I think you could put in that category too is Pontus. Like Pontus,
he was in it.
Pontus is taking abuse out there, man. Pontus is taking abuse and he's playing very well in his own end. And he gets it on the forecheck. And Pontus, obviously, like not the most gifted guy when it comes to scoring a goal, but he's playing a role out there. Calle Yarncroc, same thing. You and I loved clowning on Calle Yarncroc this season, but you're right. He's found a nice spot on that fourth line with Laughton and Lorentz.
Yep. That line is something else. That I can't believe they just threw that line together and it's been that good.
I also want to give a special shout out to Chris Tanev. You talk about someone that takes abuse.
I think all the
fantastic
full marks. I don't have one negative thing to say about any of the defensemen. Like, they're all playing well. They're all taking their licks. They're all giving them I think as a core, I think they have such a solid 6-man unit there. Like, it is that is the thing that is the biggest difference to me. Just the 6 guys you can throw it there at any time. And the confidence you have, it's not even close to what they've had in the past with all the goofballs they've had here in years past.
So I'm scrolling up and down Twitter here, and I just want to read something to you because you kind of hit on it earlier about 2021 and stuff. Justin Cuthbert just tweets, now thinking about the amount of time wasted allowing Kyle Dubas to shoehorn his Timothy Liljegren's into the lineup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's and maybe like Berube wouldn't have been he wasn't available and they would have gotten someone else and who knows, it would have been better. I think maybe he was the right guy at the right time with the right general manager. So maybe it was all meant to be. But if this all it took was a GM coming in here and going, oh wait, we need bigger defensemen who can clear guys out in front of the net, move the puck, be tougher, play against anyone. Oh, we also need a coach that is more of a leader and it's going to hold guys accountable and take on the mindset of this. Like, it was that simple.
And we need gamers.
We have a guy who's never had a job before as a general manager trying to figure it out on the job in the biggest market in the fucking league.
Yeah. And we need gamers who are going to show up and lay it on the line in the playoffs, not fucking Dennis Malgin. I know Dennis Malgin's a goat in Europe, but like we need guys who are gonna people are getting a little sick of the term "lay it on the line," but who are gonna give it their all in the playoffs. My God. What'd you think of Joe Woll tonight?
Oh, nervous. I'm not gonna lie, nervous. Want to give him the benefit of the doubt because again, tough spot. He's got to find his groove here, but I was nervous. I thought he played pretty good though. Like he did what Joe Woll does. He gives up a couple goals where you're like, whatever. But then when it's time to lock it down, he locks it down. That's what Joe Woll does. That's what he did all season. So I mean, the first goal, good wrist shot off a power play. I was okay with that one. The Marchand one can't go in, and I'm nervous, but they bailed him out tonight. They got to give him time for him to get his legs here. I do believe in him, but he does make me more nervous than Stolarz does.
Yeah. You're right though. He does do that. He locks it down when it's time to lock it down.
He's got the Grant Fierce thing going, whereas he lets in 6, but he won't let in 7.
Yeah. But it's listen. Like I said, take my hat off to the guy. We'll see what happens with Anthony Stolarz. Like the Leafs are playing it kind of like low key here. They're like, he's resting. He was with the team, and some people on the radio today were speculating that he might even be back for Game 3 or Game 4. So we'll wait and see. I still think you're probably going to see Joe Woll in the net on Friday night. I don't think I'd be pretty surprised if we tune in on Friday night and Anthony Stolarz is starting.
Me too.
So if you're Berube and the coaching staff and you're you're flying down to Florida, what are you thinking about now? Like we've got a 2-0 series lead. We don't want to let this slip away. There's definitely things to improve upon. I'm guessing what you're going to say is at the top of that list is figuring out power play 1.
Yeah, number 1, it's play whatever. Every game's going to take on its own identity. But you need to continue to bring the exact same amount of intensity that you brought in the first 2 games. That's number 1. Like let the chips fall, but you got to bring the same intensity that you brought the first 2 games. Power play 1 is a huge problem to me. In this series, if they don't win, all of a sudden Tavares can't win a clean draw on the power play. So he's either going to win a clean draw, and that guy who receives that draw, like usually it's Marner, he's got to move the puck really quick and they got to find open space right away. Because whenever it's like a 50-50 draw, they always lose that puck battle because they're always so soft and the intensity is just gone when they're on the power play. I loved the goal that power play 2 scored because if Florida's going to jam you like on the line like that, it means there's 4 guys kind of tight to the blue line there. So you send McMahon and Domi in, who both have a lot of speed, and they just absolutely level a guy. They get the turnover. You have a man advantage anyways. And then they were able to create an opportunity out of that. I know it's not ideal to have a dump and chase power play, but if they're going to jam you at the line like that, and they're not going to be so far back, you're going to have the opportunity to dump it in and get there first and get a lick on a guy and turn the puck over. I liked it.
I'm going to throw kind of a crazy take at you here. So I think the whole issue with power play 1 is the mentality of the players that are on it.
Agreed.
I think they do not want to do what needs to be done in order to have success in what power play 2 did tonight to have success and ultimately score a goal. So I think you got 2 options here. 3 options, actually. 1, you just continue to throw, and the option 1 is what I think they're going to do.
Yes, me too.
You just continue to throw it out there and hope that they figure it out. Number 2, you split the time a lot more evenly, and instead of giving power play 1 a minute and a half and power play 2 30 seconds, each unit gets a minute. Or the craziest one, you look at potentially changing up the personnel a little bit on the power play and going, we do not need, if all you skilled guys are going to go out there and try and skill the puck into the net, then we're going to change this up and we're going to change the personnel a little bit on each of these units and see if we can get something going in that regard. I don't think that's going to happen because they've gone all year with the same power play units. So I hope the second option is what they go with, because I think the thing that makes power play one so frustrating is it's not like, oh man, they're just snake bait. It's not going in for them. It's like, no, there's a way you're going to have success, and these guys are choosing not to go that route. So Berube and the staff just have to say, okay, you're getting 60 seconds. And if you don't look dangerous, PP2 is going out there.
Yeah, I think number 2 is the best option, 100%. I think maybe you give them one power play to do whatever they need to do to figure it out. But yeah, there was 2 of those power plays where they were gassed by there was 50 seconds left in the penalty. They all looked gassed out there. I will never understand how 5 elite players just cannot snap the puck around with any sort of speed or authority or decisiveness or intensity. Like, they just get the puck and they're just like they're like fucking zombies with the puck. They're just looking around. You don't have time to do that shit. You're all guys who are elite players, the best players in the world. You can't snap it around. It's a man advantage. Like, where that power play unit is never going to dump it in forecheck. It's just never going to happen. But you need to just take it up a notch. Like, have some intensity, skate a little harder. Like, even the back pass is lackadaisical. The passes in the O zone when they do have possession are lackadaisical. Everything just looks so casual. And it's just like, fucking buck up and get a little intensity going here. Snap it around. You're an elite player, the best players in the world. What are we doing here?
Which is why when you see PP2 do what they did, it's like, all right, then they're on the ice and you guys are off. It's that simple.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
It's just everything looks lazy and slow. And also, I'm done with the 5 forward power play. Get Morgan Riley back on that power play.
What about Oliver Ekman-Larsson?
No, I want Morgan Riley back on that power play. He's the one who fired it on net where Pacioretty tipped it in. Like, I think you need another defenseman out there. Like, when they went down 3-on-2 with the 2 forwards back there, I was shitting my pants. Like, they can't be doing that. Like, I don't like that look. I don't like it. It's going to cost them in a big game. I know it is. I just think I would love to see that switched up. I would see it, John Tavares. I know everyone, he's the key. He's in the bumper position. To be honest with you, if I had one negative thing to say about this team, I think John Tavares has been kind of pedestrian. But yeah, I'm sick of the 5 forward power play. I'm done with it. Get Morgan Riley back on that power play.
Couldn't be more stoked. Couldn't be more looking forward to Friday night. Oh my God. Any last words before we get out of here?
No, it's shocking. It really is. I never did I think they'd be up 2-0, winning 2 games in their barn the way they did.
And I just meant tonight, like, I did not like their start tonight. I was like, they look sluggish. It's not like, oh my God, here they go. They're getting these opportunities on the power play. They're not capitalizing. Florida scores. Marchand comes out to start the second period, scores right away, and you're just like, it's one of those nights. But holy shit, without question, gutsiest, ballsiest win of this era of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
bar none. None.
There's not a lot of comparisons with a game like that.
All right, buddy. We march on to Friday night, Game 3 in Florida. We will be back after that game, breaking it down. So if you'd like to join us for that, hit the like and subscribe button below. Been saying it every week. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers, all the people who engage and comment on our channel, even the ones who come on every week and rip us. We love you guys too. And these Panther fans are so aggressive. They're so angry and aggressive. It's like, what are you guys so mad about? You won the Cup last year.
Yeah.
Your team's been a wagon for 3 seasons. I don't understand. But we appreciate you checking us out as well. If you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe button below. If you're listening to the audio version, please do the same.
Spread the word. Tell your friends.
We really appreciate it. We will see you guys after Game 3.